Let's keep it a stack. 2025 was weird for fighting games. A lot of good and a lot of freaking weird. SNK came out swinging with the amazing Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, and it just won Fighting Game of the Year. I don't care what you say about this next one. 2SKO in early access season 0 is already better than most fighting games from a community and a competitive standpoint. Outside of some balancing things, the game is peak, but it ain't even out yet. So like, why you tripping? Why you tripping? Stop being weird. Stop being weak. Then we had the dog awful Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection that dropped this year. With 2026 on the horizon, you're probably like, what the hell is coming out for fighting games in 2026? And I'll be honest with you, I think right now 2026 on paper sounds better than the entirety of 2025. So
this is every fighting game coming out in 2026 and beyond.
Let's fucking die! I'm scared.
So the way this video is going to work is I'm going to tell you a description about each game and why I'm excited for these games even on every single type of level. I'm going to try to hit all areas in the video, from competitive to casual to fun times, and what they could do for the future of the FGC and fighting games in general. First game on this list is a game that's out but not really all the way out. 2SKO. 2SKO is Riot Games' upcoming free-to-play 2v2 tag team fighting game featuring League of Legends champions reimagined to explosive fighting game style. So for people that don't know, the game on PC was in early access, which that's every Riot game. I don't know why the FGC got mad that it wasn't on console up front, and we were in season 0 this whole time. So most of your complaints are kind of like good, but at the same time, like, we don't know truly how the game gonna go till it come out on everything. 2SKO is officially dropping January 26th for console, meaning PS5, Xbox Series S and X can play with PC as well next month. Also, the new champion Caitlyn is coming to the game as well. When they reintroduced this game at the time, it was still called Project L, but they dropped a video 4 years ago saying their foundation was going to be full of Arcane characters. And why wouldn't you do that? Simply because Arcane had a lot of people outside of just League fans. They could get y'all League of Legends players later, just saying. But I'm excited. I'm gonna be playing her all of January. I think even if you're not a League of Legends fan or Riot Games fan, you should try 2SKO. To be honest, you have a lot of older fighting game people working on this as well, so they get it. They understand what makes a tag game, and this is really that. Like really that. It's also free to play, and I believe this is the best free to play fighting game we've ever had on the market. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is it. And to be honest with you, if they take the route with free to play games as 2SKO, I believe we're gonna have an even healthier future for fighting games overall. Like, people worrying about numbers and stuff with 2SKO, the game ain't even been out. It ain't even on the main platform where the FGC plays on, which is console. Now Riot, please hurry up with a Switch 2 version. I know y'all can do it. Come on, man, hurry up. I want to play this in my pocket. Next game on this list is a game that I hold very close to my heart right now because the anime just ended. My Hero Academia All's Justice. My Hero Academia All's Justice is a 3D arena fighter game that adapts the anime climatic final war arc and letting players relieve those things in crazy fights. You can play between heroes and villains in a spectacular 3v3 battle. My Heroes All's Justice will have over 61 playable characters from all over of One's Justice and One's Justice 2. It's pretty much a legacy fighting game in the same vein as Tekken, and a whole bunch of new ones that have never been in One's Justice 2 or the first one before. Everybody's complaining about Spinner not being in the game. I get you, but come on, that's gonna probably be DLC. Come on, man, they gotta do something to make y'all pay for it, you get what I'm saying? Like, I would do that shit too if I was a charge. Like, y'all paying for something in this DLC, you feel me? The game also has confirmed that it will have playable lobbies and rooms for the first time in the history of the One's Justice series. Sadly, it will not have crossplay. I know, it probably might come down the road if they do anything similar to My Heroes Ultra Rumble, which got crossplay down the road in that game. But I'm telling you, if you're interested in seeing anything with the competitive space or a place where the active player base is usually there, PS5, then PC, if anything, is the best places to get these games on. I will be hosting tournaments, Globku will, and so much other, the community will as well. I'll link the Discord down below for that if you're interested in learning about, especially with My Hero ending. The last few weeks of My Hero have been very emotional for me personally. I've been crying. I realized that it's one of my favorite anime of all time. Regardless of how you feel about that statement, I do think it is one of the best shows to ever exist and ever be created. call it glazed, but I'm standing on it. Go ahead and check out My Hero Academia, All's Justice, February 6th. 2026. Next is the fighting game that's actually pretty peak. I can't believe it. I didn't think it was gonna come out this way. Invincible Versus is dropping April 30th, 2026. Here's the kicker about this game. Invincible Versus base game is $50, bro. You can't go wrong there. The game is a 3v3 tag fighter similar to Marvel vs. Capcom. Okay, and if you just started playing fighting games around 2018, Dragon Ball Fighters, but with Invincible characters. The gameplay is heavily Killer Instinct inspired with its mechanics and is built on a tag game like system, since what I talked about earlier. Invincible Versus has its own creative character, especially if you're a big fan of Invincible by Robert Kirkman, I think that's his name, called Elemental, and the voice actor of that is Tierra Whack. So if you're interested on that, go ahead and lock in with your boy. That game is Invincible Versus, once again, is dropping April 30th, 2026. Now we at the half point part of this video. I can still talk about the main ones that people know of or stuff people haven't heard of yet, you know what I'm saying? I do think it's time to talk about some of the indie fighting games that are coming out, because see how the Game Awards is this year? All the indies washed everything. I think it's time for us to uplift some indie fighting games too, because they do cool things that other fighting games, especially AAA devs, should learn from. First game on this list is Combo Devils. Combo Devils is a stylish new fighting game by Punkzilla that fuses platform fighter mechanics with traditional fighting depth. I played this game at Combo Breaker a year back or a year or two back, and the game was surprisingly fun. You also have motion inputs and I believe 360s as well. So if you want that traditional depth with platform fighter gameplay similar to Smash Bros. And heck, even Rivals of Aether, this is the game you should be locking in on, man. The game itself ain't just for fighting. It offers competitive modes and competitive PvP and a cooperative roguelike mode coming to the game as well. This game has gotten crowdfunded by the community and many people who just want to see good games get made. So here's the Kickstarter, and the game is coming out very soon based on that website. That's what I can find. This is an important game because I want more platform fighters to have more depth and not be afraid to do 360 or inputs as well in their game. If you play Smash Ultimate, you know some of the funnest characters, in my honest opinion as a fighting game fan, have to go to Terry Bogard and Kazuya Mishima from the Tekken series in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You still play Smash, but then you still get the satisfaction of doing motion inputs on the character front, and I think that's gorgeous. So I would like to see people support more games like this in the future as well. Next is a game that took my mind and my love by storm, and I'll be honest with you, this might be in the vein of the next Skullgirls in terms of impact. I feel it. I feel like it can happen. Scramble Heart City. Scramble Heart City is another indie game on the horizon, and Scramble Heart City is a stylish indie 3v3 tag fighter that's easy to learn but rewards mastery. With rollback netcode, browser crossplay, and a hand-drawn roster that looks so beautiful in its personality. It's shaping up to be a hidden gem for fighting game fans who love both accessibility and depth. Also, remember how I said browser crossplay? Yeah, I think you could try it out right now on the browser if you just play the game right now anyway. Combo Devils and Scramble Heart City will be both coming to Steam right now, and you know, when they get more funding, they will drop it to consoles if they can. But also, Scramble Heart City will be a browser fighting game, and you can play it today. There's one game I'm not going to include on this list because I strongly do not believe this is a 2026 game, and this will be Virtua Fighter 6. Honestly, let Sega cook on that because they got a lot to live up to and a lot going on for them. Make sure this game smacks beyond belief. I honestly think Virtua Fighter 6 is probably a early 2027 game, but who knows? We'll see what happens with that coming very shortly. I know it's going to be at EVO Japan as a main thing or a side game or one of the 12 games of Japan, and I think the US as well. So if it don't show up there, the game might be cooked for even later in 2027. Who knows? That's all I'm gonna say. Now it's time for me to talk about my baby. This game right here, dog. It's in my name. It's a reference in my branding. Gotta talk about it, bro. Avatar Legends, the fighting game. It's so peak. Probably don't know if you haven't been on this channel. Let me explain to you what this fire game is right quick. Avatar Legends, the fighting game is you know what? It's what's funny. I'm gonna go to Steve and read the Steve dig off for y'all. See if y'all interested after that. And I'm gonna tell you why I think this is so interesting. Y'all think I'm playing? Avatar is life, boy. Don't play with me. Avatar Legends, the fighting game, is a fighter rooted in the spirit of elemental mastery. Key features: have 12 playable characters at launch, with many more released via season model or season pass. Selectable support characters influence your fighting style and grant special moves. Unique flow system with movement and centric gameplay. If you're a person that just don't like tag games, this is gonna be the game that actually stands out in 2026. It's an indie game, so don't treat it like a $70, $80 product right now. Nickelodeon might try to charge that. I don't like Nickelodeon really, but y'all get my point. How they treat Avatar games. It's probably gonna be 50, 60 at launch, if anything, which I'm perfectly fine with that. But if you hate tag games, or if you're not interested in playing two characters, Avatar Legends is a 1v1 fighting game with some of the craziest movement that you have to play in this game. I had some sweaty matches on my stream in this game, and it really told me like, yo, this game's gonna go to mile if you like competitiveness in depth. But the reason why I put Avatar so late in this video is because, one, we know it's supposed to be coming out summer 2026. Hopefully May before Evo, or early June, so I can play it and have friendlies when I don't feel like playing whatchamacallit at Evo. But y'all know how it is, you feel me? The last game on this list, the one that we have no release date on and probably a late 2026 game, or probably get delayed to 2027, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Marvel Tokon is a 4v4 tag fighter. You have one health bar and you can switch between all your other characters on the screen. I'm not gonna say my opinions about the game on here, but it is a pretty looking game and it could go to mile here with Marvel Tokon. It will have crossplay between PlayStation and PC when it releases. However, we don't have a set release date and we ain't getting none at the Game Awards or the Evo Awards right now, so we ain't gonna probably know this till sometime next year. If you join my list of fighting games coming out in 2026, let me know if anything's interested or if you resonate with anything I said in the video. I love all fighting games, even if I don't play them actively or if I'm not 100% on the ground with them. I still like seeing them at tournaments and all that stuff, and I just like seeing the scene grow and people just play these games regardless. Everybody got their own taste anyway. Also, make sure if y'all enjoyed this video, use the hype button to push the video in the algorithm, help your boy out, help me grow so I can make more fire shit like this. Remember, you guys are golden, and that is raw. Squalla, peace, and I'm out.
And I swear I never felt like this. Maybe it's the death of me. Like my own worst enemy.
All right, who's next?
Let's see who's stronger.